Hello and welcome back to Morning Markets from True Potential. Paul Duran's Investment Director. Starting off looking at what happened yesterday in terms of economic data, a relatively quiet day given Independence Day within the US. What we did hear from, interestingly, from the European Central Bank, the ECB, that they announced their steps to tackle climate change more forcibly by adjusting how they approach monetary policy. They hold corporate bond portfolio, and what they are now doing is adjusting that so that 10% of that corporate bond portfolio is with issuers or companies that are directly making efforts to lower their greenhouse emissions and also reduce carbon footprint as well. This is a big step. Some central banks have talked about it, but no one's done it on this scale. So it's a big step for the ECB to do this. Elsewhere, in terms of economic data, yesterday we had survey data out from the US. We also had survey data from China, the second largest economy in the world. What we saw is that given that they've been easing those COVID restrictions that have been long lasting in June, that has helped activity return to more normal levels. Shops are now open, consumers can now go out and spend. And we're seeing this in the data. So for the services side, the reading came way ahead of expectations, expansionary level of activity, which is really pleasing to see. There's still some caution, as you'd expect, from corporates not yet hiring a lot, still concerned about the costs of wages, and also just concerned that perhaps China may go back into lockdowns, as the president has recently come out that he continues to be committed to China's zero COVID policy. But on the whole, very good news, seeing the services expand, and we're also seeing that on a manufacturing side, and this supports the official data that we saw last week. Really good and really important, because if China's doing well at a time when Western developed economies are beginning to slow, that can help the global growth cycle continue for now. In terms of equity markets, yesterday a very strong day for the FTSE 100, up again around 1%, and that was driven by the oil companies, BP, Shell, which benefited from a higher oil price with tighter supplies outweighing global economic growth fears and pushing the oil price higher. For European stocks, they were marginally lower, and in terms of global government bonds, they sold off after having a strong rally last week. That's everything from us today. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
If you're interested in taking your investing to the next level, or would like to know more about the options available to you when you retire, then download our free guides to ISAs and pensions. These are available in the video description below.